Everyone probably knows that Michael Jackson portrayed Leon Kompowski in the Stark Raving Dad episode, although his role was only in speaking portions. The singing was done by a sound-alike named Kip Lennon, not related to this guy, but he sung well enough. While Michael Jackson didn't sing in that episode, he did produce Do the Bartman, which became a #1 hit single in the UK. Remember when Maud Flanders was killed off? That happened because her voice actress Maggie Roswell quit after being denied a pay increase. She was currently making $1,500 to $2,000 per episode for voicing Maud, Helen Lovejoy, Miss Hoover, and Luann Van Houten, and this was her total fee despite having to fly from Denver to Los Angeles every week. You think her wanting $6,000 an episode was outrageous? The main cast was making $125,000 per episode at the time. Krusty the Clown was originally supposed to be Homer's alter ego with a plotline about Bart hating his own dad but idolizing someone who looks just like him. Matt Groening thought it sounded too complicated and the idea was scrapped, even though eventually creating hundreds more characters somehow wasn't too complicated. In 1997, there was a contest to win a real-size replica of the Simpsons house. The winner could either live in the house or take $75,000. As you would expect, the eventual winner settled for a cash prize, meaning the house's interior had to be completely stripped of its Simpsons furnishings before being sold. I guess nobody has a need for two identical living rooms. Comic book guy's real name is Jeff Albertson, and he was purposely given a generic name to anger fans. The episode that revealed his name aired right after the Super Bowl to annoy as many people as possible. After 9/11, the episode The City of New York vs. Homer Simpson didn't air in syndication again for 5 years, due to the focus on the Twin Towers and this newspaper ad. When the episode did air again, some lines had to be edited out. One such line was, "They stick all the jerks in Tower 1. The sound of Maggie sucking on her pacifier is provided by Matt Groening, hopefully not often enough to warrant $400,000 an episode. In 2009, TomTom hired Dan Castellaneta to voice Homer for a series of GPS directions, which was downloaded by more than 40% of all GPS devices in the world. Bart's prank calls to Moe were based off the Tube Bar recordings, which were recorded prank calls to a New Jersey bartender named Red, who had been seen beating up a customer for not drinking his beer fast enough. His constant reaction to the phone calls was a barrage of swearing and threats, just like Moe. Smithers was black in the first season until the writers thought a black man resembling a slave for Mr. Burns probably wouldn't look very good. Paul and Linda McCartney agreed to appear on the show in 1995 as long as Lisa became a vegetarian. She never shuts up about it, which definitely proves The Simpsons held up their part of the deal. In the closing credits of Lisa the Vegetarian, Paul McCartney sings a different version of Maybe I'm Amazed. This one mixed in a recording of him reading a recipe for lentil soup, played backwards. Lionel Hutz was a notoriously shady lawyer, although he claimed to have obtained his law degree from Princeton. Princeton doesn't issue a law degree, he isn't certified at all. Fox tried to convince the writers to add another member to the Simpsons family, and they responded with the Poochie episode, a parody of stale shows desperately adding new characters to stay relevant. Dr. Nick was named after George Nichopoulos, who was charged with prescribing thousands of pills to Elvis Presley, which largely contributed to his death. Fox holds exclusive rights to the show until the year 2082, although most of us pray The Simpsons doesn't go that long due to the extreme downturn in quality over the past several years. Moe had no last name until the Who Shot Mr. Burns episode, and Sislak was only given to him so the initials of MS could point to him as a suspect. In several episodes where clips of McBain are playing on a TV, they can be put together to form a somewhat complete movie. Apparently this happened all by accident. The Simpsons were originally going to be bunny rabbits until Matt Groening decided on yellow humans that would catch the eye of anyone channel surfing. French dubbed episodes of The Simpsons translate Homer's catchphrase "dough" into toe, whatever that means. Spanish episodes translate it to ouch. Cletus and Brandine have 44 children, with some of their names being Normal Head Joe, Incest, Birthday, Merry WrestleMania, and Stabbed in Jail. Hank Scorpio was set to return in the Simpsons movie as the villain, but the idea was scrapped. But that dome thing was good too, I guess. The movie wasn't released in Burma because movies with the colors red and yellow in them are banned, which means no Simpsons, no Spider-Man, no SpongeBob, no Superman, no Pokemon either. Kids in Burma, you have my sympathy.